I chose to study respiratory physiology because I've always had an interest in physiology. I actually did a degree in physiology before this one, but then it was subsequent to working in retail that I realised I really enjoyed working with people. So I wanted to kind of apply my love of physiology with working with people. So I thought healthcare was the perfect kind of combination, and this was the perfect course. So that's why I chose it. What I found challenging about the degree is the fact that it's a lot of independent learning. You really are expected, when you're both in university and on placement, to be in control of your own learning and doing everything by yourself, really. I also found challenging the amount of workload. When you're in uni, you're in quite long days. Subsequently, then you're on placement and you're working a kind of regular working week. You do get half a day a week for study, but there is so much work to do that you kind of see that gets filled up pretty quickly. So it is quite intense. So I'd say that is challenging. What I also found challenging is when you are working in placement, you do come across quite ill people, and that can sometimes make you feel a bit sad, especially if they're people that are kind of the same age as you and things like that. Kind of puts a lot into perspective. So I think that can be quite challenging on times. What I find rewarding about the degree is, especially when you're on placement, coming away at the end of the day and realising that you've made a difference to someone's healthcare. You are actively involved in their healthcare, and it makes a big difference to me if I can come away and think, oh, I really helped that person. We get patient feedback and things like that, and it makes a big difference when you get that feedback and it's really positive and people actually come to you and say, oh, thank you very much for explaining that, or you've been really helpful today. It makes a real big difference, and you think you're still learning, but you're still able to make that impact on people's lives. That's really rewarding for me. Any advice I'd give to people considering the course would be just to be prepared for a lot of work. You've got to be really committed to this course because it is funded and there's a limited number of places available. You've got to really be passionate about doing it, and you've got to be prepared to work hard for it. It is really rewarding, but you've got to put the work in as well. So you've got to be prepared to be an independent learner, to do things for yourself and kind of do this degree because you want to do it. And do it for the benefit of the patient. That's what we're looking for. My experience on placement has been fantastic. I've been to a few different hospitals in different areas for varying lengths of time, and I found each and every one of them a fantastic learning experience. You learn your theory here, and that's really important, but I find it's only when you're out on placement that you really learn about the job and you really learn how to be a professional in this environment. And I think it's the most rewarding part of the degree course, the fact that you're not just in uni, you are then, you've got the responsibility of being out there and working in a healthcare environment. It is quite a lot of responsibility, but I think it's so rewarding, even just answering people's basic questions. Even if you're just observing a test, you don't even have to be doing a test. If you're there just to answer some questions, you're just there, you can give extra time that perhaps people that are busier might not be able to. So you realise how much of a difference you can make even still being a student, and it really prepares you for the working world because you're doing the job already. So I think it makes you a lot less daunted about graduating and then getting out into the working world. My plans and hopes for the future are to graduate to the best of my ability, get a job, and within that I'm kind of really passionate about research and pushing the profession and public engagement as well. I really kind of want to increase the public perception of respiratory physiology. I think we're a very unknown area of healthcare. Not many people kind of know what we do and see what we do. I think it would be quite good to increase our profile. I think that's quite important to me, and I think it's because we're such a small subject, there's a lot of area for development, especially in research terms. So I think using my degree before and my experience now, I'd love to kind of get a job where I can use both of those to kind of do the healthcare side of things and then push research boundaries, because I think it's really important to expand our profession. So in terms of the campus, we were in a fantastic location, 5-minute walk from the beach, which is, really lovely. When it is sunny, you can just nip down to the beach, just have a relax down there, get an ice cream just for an hour. We're also pretty lucky that we're right next door to Singleton Park, which is stunning. You can go for walks there, just have a bit of a relax. That's really, really pretty.